Hello and welcome back. I'm going to fiddle with this camera and I apologise, but there we go. Hi. This is a video I didn't want to make, and this is a video that I feel like things need to be said. You can probably tell by the thumbnail. So, I've been on this platform for a very long time, and I will say that a lot of my content doesn't do very well recently, and I have peaks and troughs, and I think every channel does, in fairness. But I'm in this really bizarre position where I can do a video on a trending topic with the right hashtags and all the information, all the search engine optimization, and it just doesn't do well. And YouTube punishes you for that. So if a video doesn't do well, they punish you for it, and if you have a couple in a row, you won't get put in the search algorithm until you pick up again. But the problem with that is that YouTube itself is probably the ones doing it, because your video is not going to the audience. Like, you can have several thousand impressions and do really well, and you can look at it and get 300 impressions. Like, it's really strange, and it gets very disheartening. And having gone to other platforms, and this is my advice to anyone who makes content: don't put all your eggs in one basket. There are plenty of other places. I make TikTok content, I make Rumble content. Like, Rumble is fantastic. A video that won't do well here will do extremely well on Rumble and Odyssey, but a video that does well here won't do there. And I think they're more reflective of what people actually want to watch. And it gets really frustrating when people have hit the little bell icon. Please do that, by the way. And they're not being told I have videos out. I get a message from them going, "Oh, you haven't made video in weeks. Are you okay? Is everything?" Yeah, I've been making videos. They're here. And they're not seeing them. So the audience have to keep interacting, and it isn't their fault. It's how the algorithm works. I really hate the algorithm. But what I find frustrating, and the most frustrating, is the commercialization of YouTube. There is a lot, like, people, this is a DIY platform, and when people expect broadcast quality content from a DIY platform, and you have mainstream news outlets chiming in with massive things on here, I find it kind of strange. And you would think on a monetized channel, YouTube would want you to make the money, because most of the money you make goes to them. So on my numbers, I can't say how much I make, but it wouldn't cover my monthly gas bill. It never has done. It's nice to get the extra pocket money, but on this channel, no. And BBG Extra isn't monetized, and something else I'll tell you about in a minute. It just gets really frustrating, and it gets really disheartening, because I feel like I'm constantly fighting YouTube's algorithm lately, and you can do as much search engine optimization, as much stuff as you want, and you can have a video not do well because YouTube aren't showing it to people. You're not ranking in a search, even if you're using all the correct information. And it gets frustrating. And it's also this weird peak and trough. I can go on a climb, I can have a really high number, and it'll go up and up and up, and then all of a sudden just drop out. Like Friday's video, the D&D flip through, the first couple did okay, and then they've just dropped out. And the problem is I can't keep making them because it's effectively going to hurt the algorithm on my channel. So what do you do? What are you supposed to do? And it gets really frustrating. The amount of, like, we all use a bit of clickbait and a bit of rage bait because we have to. People tell me off for this. Oh, he admits to using rage bait and clickbait. Well, yes, because that's what's ranking on YouTube. If I did a video on the detailed discussions of this random topic, no one's going to watch that because the title won't rank in the searches, which is really crappy. I was going to say something else then. I'm trying not to swear. So it's like you're in a catch-22. You either use a bit of clickbait to at least help the algorithm through. And it's the reason people want to get monetized, by the way, because it pushes you up in the algorithm. I haven't found that, if you want the honest truth. But the decline of YouTube as a platform is very evident when you look at places like Rumble and so on. It's frustrating, it's disheartening, and I know a lot of great people that gave up making content because it just wasn't getting pushed. I know businesses that gave up on YouTube because it wasn't being pushed, and they were paying Google. So it's this algorithm needs something done to it because it's so bad. Also, the copyright system on this app is the website is so ridiculous. I can make an account and claim anyone's content. It's not hard to do, and it's so easily abused on a level that shocks me more than it should. It's so broken, and the content claim ID is broken as well, and it frustrates me no end because you keep working at it, you keep doing stuff, and it can be very thankless. When I make a video, it's not, here's me talking on the fly, it's me with unlike this video or a handful of videos, they're usually well-researched, usually come from a place of writing, and usually come from a place where I have spent several hours rewriting a script and key points and talking points and all of this. Then you film it or record it, because sometimes I do audio only, and then I will go in and I will do the editing, and I hate editing. If I had the money, I would hire an editor for this channel. I really hate it, but that's what we do. So each video you see represents, outside of a handful of them, most of my videos represent about a week's worth of work, and I usually work on multiple videos at a time, which is often why I'm wearing the same clothes in some videos. Let's be honest on that one. But it is this fight against this algorithm and sort of this commercialization. Like, I'll talk sponsorships, for example. I'm very, very selective. Every sponsorship, everything I do because I either use that product or I like the product, and I'm very selective. I'm not going to sit here and sell you something I don't use and don't like. And I get certain mobile RPG game that's fantasy themed emails a week. I might as well say it, Raid Shadow Legends. I get that every week, and like, can you do something? We've got a script, you just have to say it. And I'm like, no. And I get that every week, pretty much. And there's a few other things that I'm thinking, did you even watch my channel? Do you know what my content is? Because I don't think you want me to do this. I mean, even Amazon wanted to pay me to promote Rings of Power, and I said no for a simple reason. It would not do very well. It wouldn't do me any good to sit here and be a mouthpiece for a company when I have no faith in the product I'm talking about. And they were very selective what you can and can't say. They even had scripts and keywords and key talking points, and there's like a whole list of stuff. I was like, no. And the money would have been good, don't get me wrong. It would have been a stupid amount of money per video. 20 videos at a ridiculously high amount of money. And I'm like, it did cross my mind, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't give up my integrity. And that's what I find ultimately frustrating about this as a content creator, is that YouTube should be about DIY content. It should be about people like me, like most of the people watching this video, who sit in front of their phones, and make content. And a lot of work goes into it, but so many great people have left because they're not getting pushed or they're not getting anything, and it can be so disheartening. Like, I'm looking at the what I know of the algorithm, because YouTube are very secretive, because everyone would be using it otherwise, is that they punish you if a video fails. So if you have, like I said earlier, if you have a video that doesn't do well and it's a repeat, your next video won't do well. You have to hit that green little circle in your thing. And the irony to this is I have a third channel, I should say, that's secret. I even use a voice changer. You would never know it's me. And I use that on purpose because stuff that I talk about there is personal. It's more spiritual stuff. It's completely different to this, and I wouldn't want to get them interlinked or crossed into each other because it's personal, and not having my face on that is nice, and being very separated from it. And I can do stuff on there that wouldn't go here. I don't think anyone would be interested that watches this content in that, and I like to keep it that way. But that channel is less than a year old. I'm getting between 15 to 20,000 views per video. It's monetized. It's not quite monetized. Actually, it's monetized now. And it's doing very, very well. I hit the 1,000 hours. I hit this. I did that. And I know YouTube likes live streaming and shorts and things. And shorts I don't really understand. I know it's them competing with TikTok. But the problem with short content is it doesn't drive people to your actual channel. Also, what the money you make on short content is appalling. You can do a video with short with 20, 30,000 views, and we're talking a few pounds at most, a few bucks. Like, you couldn't buy lunch. And it just gets really frustrating, and it gets annoying, and I feel like the sort of commercialization and the focus on corporate content from news outlets, from also the sort of stuff like that, craft channels and things that are just content farms, is concerning. And that's a problem. I feel like as a creator on this app, it gets frustrating, it gets ridiculous, and disheartening. And I know so many other people, and I've had conversations with other people where it feels we're all saying the same stuff. You monetized our channels. You want to make money, push our channels. We're using the right search engine. We're using your tools for everything, and it's not working. And it's so up and down. I know my numbers are going to go up when Season 2 of Rings of Power drops, but the second that's over, it's gone. It's gone. It's done. And then it will go back to this, and then it will be a peak and a trough, and it will be a random subject. And it's really frustrating. And it's disheartening, and it's... I mean, if every person, in my subscription feed, in the feeds and things, and in the Studio app, it tells you how many of your viewers are new viewers, how many are subscribed, and how many are returning. Returning viewership is extremely low. Returning new viewers is always high, and subscribed viewers is always meh. So, less than 60% of you are still watching my content, even though you're subscribed to my channel. And I know you're not going to watch every video, you're not interested in every topic, but a lot of these people aren't getting told that me and many others are making content. No one's getting told that people are putting content out. A friend of mine a writer friend on Twitter, had to really, really go through my videos to get remotely anything in my content. It's why people ask you to comment. It's why people ask you to interact, because that will bring that next video to you. It's not because it will it's because it will bring it to you. And it's frustrating. And my frustration with this platform grows, like I said earlier, because Rumble is doing really well for me on this one. And some videos don't do as well, but bulk of them are doing well, and it's growing steadily over time. Odyssey is another one. It's annoying because no one deserves views, no one deserves subscribers, but a lot of great content that's far better than mine, far better, professional grade content, and these people are giving up because YouTube just isn't pushing them to their channels. There's someone I know, I won't name her, but she had a huge channel, like God knows how many subscribers and all of this, and we're really good friends, and she quit because her views went from thousands upon thousands to lucky to be in triple figures within 3 weeks, and it never came back, and she kept pushing through. But it went from 4 years of this peak channel to... And I do think YouTube shadow bans people. I do think it does a lot of damage. And it's unfortunate, because there are these great channels that just don't get any love. And it just frustrates me, because you work so hard, me, everyone I know, in the smaller YouTube frame. And I said this before, I'm in this weird algorithmic bubble where if I do a trending topic, no one's going to see it. And that's disheartening. There are certain topics that are, like, if I make a Star Trek video, even at the height of when Star Trek's been trending, those videos are performed extremely poorly next to videos on random subjects. And I don't get why, considering. Do I think YouTube plays favourites with some content creators? Yes. And that I also hate. And I would love that one video, because everyone talks about that one video that sent them skyrocketing, and that happened, and then it all just went back to normal. And I don't know how to fix it, and it gets disheartening, and there are days when I struggle, because I'm like, I need to make a video, but is it worth making this video about this topic, because no one's going to watch it? Like my retro reviews, no one watched those, no one's watched my videos on writing, my novel or anything, no one's watched anything of that matter. No one's watched D&D stuff unless it's been about the more controversial side of stuff that's happened. And it just gets tiring, because it's like, what do I talk about? Because these other channels are talking about it. I want to talk about it and bring my point of view in, but that video won't get seen at all. Like, I had a whole video planned for Marvel canning Daredevil and stuff, but I knew it wouldn't do well. So, unfortunately, even though the tags and the title and all of this stuff was ranking high in YouTube's search algorithm, and I've had that happen. I've done videos. Titles of videos are very carefully chosen because of YouTube. And I've done experiments where I've done videos with no ranking titles, and I've done videos with ranking titles, and it doesn't really affect anything. It's not really about the title, it's about the tags, and it's about the information. I do all that stuff. I don't know what I want. I made this channel to find a community, and originally I joined channel as a booktube. I joined YouTube as booktube. What I find interesting is that channel, when it was booktube, I'd have occasional hits and a lot of misses. But booktube is dependent on the community liking you, and if you're a guy in booktube, there's absolutely no point unless you're very lucky. It's the whole conversation. And when I switched from that, everything picked up, and this is definitely better, but I had to switch out for my own sort of well-being more than actually wanting to change content for my own mental health, because the booktube community is surprisingly toxic. I came here to find that community, to find these people, and I found some really good people, but that's it. I've never found that community, and if you look at my comment section, a lot of the people in my comments, barring a handful of regular people that I adore that have been here for a very long time, these people I never see again, or they'll comment on a few videos and then I'll never see them again. And I found with YouTube, booktube, I found it more of a lonely experience. And with this one, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I often feel like my channel is just an island at sea half the time. So I don't know where to go, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I wish YouTube would fix this algorithm, because there's a lot of great content creators that are being completely and utterly obliterated by it. There are people with big channels that are giving up because they're just not getting anything, and the commercialization, the shadow banning, everything else is just ridiculous at this point. And it's disheartening and tiring when I'm getting amazing numbers on Rumble and other places that far outweigh this half the time. And it sucks. In terms of watch time as well, most of my viewership, only about 30% of you make it through to the end of the video, which I struggle with, because it's like, then what's the point? 60% of you switch off before the video's even 2 minutes in, so am I doing something wrong there? But yeah, just YouTube fix this. The commercialization, the sort of focus on mainstream stuff, this algorithm that is a constant battle, and just feeling like you're treading water and trying to make content and not getting anywhere. Normal service will resume Friday with another great video by me, to toot my own horn, But I just thought I would lay this out there. I mean, Shad made a video about it, and there's been a few other people that have made great videos on this subject matter, and I just wanted to talk about it. So, tell me what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and do the usual stuff, I hope. And talk to you guys later. Bye.